When the Roman Empire conquered a kingdom, what happened to its queen or king? The answer is far from glamorous. For Rome, a defeated ruler wasn't just a prisoner. They were a powerful symbol, a tool to be used in a grand spectacle of power. Imagine this. The streets of Rome are packed. The crowd is roaring. A magnificent parade, a triumph, is underway. At the heart of it all, chained and paraded like a circus animal, is the captured queen or king you once revered. This wasn't just a celebration. It was a calculated act of psychological warfare, designed to break the spirit of the conquered and show the world the absolute might of Rome. The moment a ruler was captured, their entire world shattered. They were stripped of their titles, their wealth, and most importantly, their legal rights. In the eyes of Rome, a queen was no longer a monarch. She was property. Her body and her fate were now entirely in Roman hands. This transformation from sovereign to slave was a core part of Rome's strategy of domination. They didn't just want to defeat an army. They wanted to erase the very idea of resistance. Take the famous Queen Zenobia of Palmyra. After her defeat, she was brought to Rome and forced to walk in Emperor Aurelian's triumphal parade, loaded with so much jewelry and gold that she could barely move. It was the ultimate humiliation, turning a proud warrior queen into a public spectacle. Her image, once a symbol of defiance, was now a living testament to Roman power. But Zenobia's story didn't end in a dungeon. After the parade, she was retired to a villa outside Rome. She wasn't free. She was a living trophy, kept under constant surveillance. Her existence served as a permanent, quiet warning to anyone else who might dare to challenge the empire. Rome had neutralized her not just on the battlefield, but in the minds of her people. But Roman methods could be far more brutal. The story of Queen Boudica of the Iceni tribe in Britannia is a chilling example. After her husband's death, the Romans didn't just seize her kingdom. They publicly flogged her and subjected her young daughters to horrific violence. This wasn't a random act of cruelty. It was a strategic message, a way of showing that not even the royal family was safe from Roman brutality. They were making it clear, we own you, your land, and even your bodies. This horrific act backfired spectacularly, igniting one of the most ferocious rebellions in Roman history. Boudica, fueled by rage and grief, rallied the British tribes and burned Roman cities to the ground. Her story shows that while Rome saw bodies as tools of control, those same bodies could become powerful symbols of resistance. The triumphal parade was the public face of Roman victory. But what happened when the show was over? For many defeated rulers, the final destination was a place of utter despair. The Mamertine Prison, this was no ordinary jail. It was a dark, foul-smelling pit carved into the rock beneath the city. A place where Rome's most famous enemies were sent to die. After being paraded through the streets, leaders like Vercingetorix of the Gauls were thrown into this hole and quietly strangled. Why the secrecy? Because the triumph was meant to be a glorious celebration of victory, not a grim execution. The public got the spectacle of humiliation, while the dirty work of elimination happened out of sight. The Mamertine Prison was the final, silent act in Rome's theater of power, ensuring that a defeated enemy would never rise again. This entire system was a masterclass in psychological warfare. Rome understood that an image could be as powerful as a legion. The memory of a queen in chains, the story of a king dying in a squalid prison, these were weapons. They created a narrative of inevitable Roman victory and the futility of resistance. This fear was crucial for maintaining control over a vast and often rebellious empire. It sent a clear message to every corner of their domain. This is what happens to our enemies. It also reveals a stark truth about the Roman worldview. Concepts like dignity, honor, and legal protection were privileges reserved for Roman citizens. Once you crossed the border into enemy territory, or once you were defeated, all bets were off. Your humanity was negotiable. A queen's life could be spared if she made a good trophy, or it could be brutally extinguished if it served a different purpose. This brutal pragmatism was the engine of Roman expansion. They weren't just building an empire with swords and shields. They were building it with fear, spectacle, and the strategic degradation of their enemies. The fate of captured queens and kings wasn't a footnote in history. It was a central pillar of Roman imperial policy. A grim reminder that in the game of empires, the winner takes all, including the loser's very identity. Thank you for watching. If you found this glimpse into the darker side of Rome fascinating, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more deep dives into history. See you next time.